Let us seek out some desolate shade, and there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men, bestride our downfall and birth them. Each new mob, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven on the face, that it resounds as if it felt in Scotland and yelled out like syllable of dolor.
What I believe I'll wail, what no believe and what I can redress, as I shall find the time to friend I will. What you have spoke, it may be so perchance. This tyrant whose sole name blisters our tongues was once thought honest. You have loved him well. He hath not touched you yet. I am young, but something you may deserve of him through me, and wisdom to offer up a weak, poor, innocent lamb to appease an angry God.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. A good and virtuous man may recoil in an imperial charge, but I shall crave your pardon, to which you are my thoughts cannot transpose. Angels are bright still, though the brightest fell. Though all things foul would wear brows of grace, yet grace may still look so.
I have lost my hopes.
Perchance even there where I did find my doubts, why in that rawness left you wife and child, those precious motives, those knots of strong love. Without leave taking, I pray you, let not my jealous be your dishonors, but mine own safeties. You may be rightly just, whatever I shall think.
Bleed, bleed, poor country. Great tyranny, lay thou thy bases sure. For goodness dare not check thee where thy wrongs. The title is afeard. Fare thee well, Lord. I would not be the villain that thou think'st, and for the whole space that's in the tyrant's grasp, and the rich east to boot.
Be not offended. I speak not in absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath his yoke. It weeps, it bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. I think withal that there would be hands uplifted in my right, and here from gracious England I have offer of goodly thousands, but for all this, when I shall tread upon the tyrant's head, or wear it on my sword, yet my poor country shall have more vices than it had before, more suffer, and more sundry ways than ever, by him that shall succeed.
What should he be?
It is myself, I mean, in whom I know all the particulars of vices so grafted, that when they see they shall be opened, Black Macbeth will seem as pure as snow. And the poor state esteem him as a lamb, being compared with my confineless harms.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned and evils to top Macbeth.
I grant him bloody, luxurious, avaricious, false, deceitful, sudden, malicious, smacking of every sin that has a name. But there's no bottom, none, to my voluptuousness. Your wives, your daughters, your matrons, and your maids could not fill up the cistern of my lust. It is my desire, all contentment impediment would overbear, that did oppose my will, better Macbeth than such one to reign.
Boundless intemperance, and nature is a tyranny. It hath been the untimely emptying of the happy throne, and fall of many kings. But fear not yet to take upon you what is yours. You may convey your pleasures in a spacious plenty, and yet seem cold. The time you may so hoodwink, we have willing dames enough. There cannot be the vulture in you to devour so many as will to greatness dedicate themselves, finding it is so inclined.
With this there grows in my most ill-composed affections such a staunchless avarice, that were I king, I should cut off the nobles for their lands, desire his jewels, and the us others' houses. And my more havings would be as a sauce to make me hunger for more, that I should forge quarrels unjust against the good and loyal, destroying them for wealth.
This avarice sticks deeper, grows with more pernicious root than summer seeming lust, and it hath been the sword of our slain kings. Yet do not fear, Scotland hath foisons to fill up her will. Of mere own, all of these are portable, with other graces weighed.
But I have none. The king becoming graces as justice, variety, temperance, stableness, bounty, perseverance, mercy, lowliness, devotion, patience, courage, fortitude. I have no relish for them, but abound in the division of each several crime.
2.
Acting in many ways, nay, had I power, I should pour the sweet milk of concord into hell. Uproar the universal peace, confounded all thy unity on earth.
Oh, Scotland, Scotland!
If one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern? No, not to live. O nation miserable, with an untitled tyrant bloody scepter, when shalt thou see thy wholesome days again, since the trust issue of thy throne by his own interdiction stands accused? And does blasphemy his breed? Thy royal father was a most sainted king. The queen that bore thee, oftener upon her knees than on her feet, died every day she lived. Fare thee well. These evils thou repeatest upon thyself have banished me from Scotland. O my breast, thy hope ends here.
Macduff, this noble passion, child of integrity, hath from my soul wiped the black scruples, reconciled my thoughts to thy good truth and honor. Devilish Macbeth, by many of these trains, hath sought to win me into his power. The modest wisdom plucks me into from over credulous haste, but God above deal between thee and me. For even now I put myself to thy direction, and unspeak mine own detraction, to abjure the taints and blames I've laid upon myself, for strangers to my nature I am yet. Unknown to women, never was I forsworn, scarcely have I coveted what is my own. At no time broke my faith, would not betray the devil to his fellow, and delight no less in truth than my life. My first false speaking was this upon myself: what I am truly is thine and my poor country's to command. Whither indeed before thy here approach, old Seward with 10,000 men, warlike men, already at a point was setting forth. Now we'll together, and the chance of goodness be like our warranted quarrel. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things at once, 'tis hard to reconcile.